What's up, guys? Vlog time. So I haven't been vlogging a lot lately, just been doing things. So I filmed a bunch of videos the other day for the new channel. It doesn't have to make sense, and I've been working on getting those edited in the last couple days while getting the previous videos all uploaded over there as well. I've been working on a custom, which is over here. I need to actually edit the build logs for the patrons at some point today as well. But right now what I'm working on is the Superion review. So I've got, there we go. So I filmed the Taro parts, but the weird thing is that I filmed them in such a way that it was just deconstructing the combiner form and breaking them down and putting them back into robot mode. So it's a very different version of a Taro, which is, for those who don't watch those videos, that means transform and roll out. But I went over to Rodimus's house the other day to pick up something from him, and that's his Combiner Wars version of Superion. So what I'm going to do right now is prep this for the review. So this isn't getting reviewed, this is just for comparison. But I guess if I have it, I guess I can always do it. But I need to break it down and get them all into robot mode. So, I mean, it shouldn't be that hard. So let's see here. Let's bring this down just a little bit. And the Combiner Wars. The funny thing is, if you look at the combiner pegs, hold on. If you look at the combiner pegs here, they're very similar. So without Combiner Wars technology, the ZETA wouldn't exist, because ZETA, Toy World, all those guys use that idea of the combiner peg, combiner port, however you want to call that, to basically make theirs happen. So Combiner Wars, the mainline series itself, actually influenced third party in a positive manner. But you know what's really funny is I essentially have this guy already, more or less, with got his name, Blackout or something, I don't remember. So these guys, who is this anyways? This looks like Skydive. I'm still learning the names, if I'm honest with you guys. So there's that one. Good thing about Combiner Wars is they're pretty dang easy. I'm not going to worry about their like individual weapons or something. And this was one of the beefier ones from Combiner Wars, because they made Silverbolt fairly substantial. I'll tell you one thing I definitely don't miss is the Combiner hand-foot gun. I really, really don't miss these. So it can be a foot, it can be a hand, it can be a gun, it can be a pain. Okay, so rotate that. Okay, so this is... once again, I'm shit with the names. But, you know, these guys are, with the exception of the wing differentials. So he's actually remolded the other one, which I find funny. So if you just change how the wings are oriented, it's the same thing as the other guy. So it's funny they reuse some of the aerial bots. I could, in fact, use those guys on this combiner if I was interested. And it's funny, like I said, the technology is influenced, you can tell, from Combiner Wars. But one thing that's really interesting, these guys are going for the more IDW continuity, where one of them is dead and got replaced by Alpha Bravo. So it's interesting to see that you could just up and get a new combiner. Okay, so I know this guy is Fireflight, because he's the one in the ZETA version who gives me the most trouble. And I am having to dust everything. Like, I don't really dust my own stuff, but because this is other people's dust, I'm being a little more careful. So this is different in the way it does things. I guess transforming wise, it's probably the same, but oh yeah, they all have to be the same, because this is essentially all the same deal. His body is shaped differently, so they're supposed to have the Scramble City aspect to them, but it almost feels like they don't. Okay, so Combiner Wars the legs down. It's funny that that's where that verb came from. Oh wow, that is actually the way that tab works. That is 100%. So yeah, I will be using the Combiner Wars verb when it comes to this, because that is the same way that does it. So you can technically... Why is this not separating? There it goes. So you can, in fact, technically swap these guys out so they will work for arms, legs, whatever, because the Zeta version has a different configuration. It doesn't have the Scramble City aspect that Combiner Wars does. Oh, this guy looks really different. So he's very... Where is he? Oh, he's... Oh yeah, that's pretty different. There's a lot of blue. Interesting. Okay. And I've never really looked at these guys. So Alpha Bravo, who is the replacement for... Who does he replace? I think he replaces the Harrier, right? Yeah. So he replaces Skydive. Like I said, I'll remember it eventually. So once again, they can do. So Thomas had them where Alpha Bravo is a foot. Skydive is actually an arm. So we've got to do that. But even though he's a helicopter, he still keeps some of the same transformation aspects. I would give Zeta a ton of credit if they gave us an Alpha Bravo. Like, I figured that would be a very interesting addition to the set. Okay, how are the legs? Where are they tabbed in at? Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting, because you have to get the blades out of the way. There we go. I'm trying to remember, actually, because the Protectobots had a helicopter named Blades. I'm trying to remember. Okay, so his legs are facing the wrong way. There we go. I've never dealt with this particular Transformer before, so this is new territory for me. There we go. Okay. So even though I'm just figuring these out, I'm gonna orient them however I want to do. Okay, so if we do this number, I'm just transforming him a totally different way. I know that's not how he's supposed to go, but it's how I want to do it. So there's Mr. Bravo, not to be confused with Johnny. So their Silverbolt is huge. So they have to do what the mainline series does in comparison to third party. They have their combiners hold all the parts. You know, with the exception of adding the hand-foot guns now. Before, they had to engineer the arms, the hands, everything had to be tucked inside. And actually, this Silverbolt body, I believe, was used repeatedly for different things. Because I think Starscream probably uses this. I think Alita 1 uses the same thing. Just not the same exact mold, but the same engineering and all that. Okay, so I need to get him to bot mode. So here's the funny part. So his Spirion head is in his butt, because that's a Spirion body. Okay, if I remember correctly from watching endless reviews of these things, this splits open this way, and those are his legs. Yeah. Okay, his head is tucked away over in here. So, aha. Okay. So his great and powerful Silverbolt head is tucked away in there. Take the Spirion head, flip that up into the belly. That's probably why those bend. If I had to guess. Oh, that's his chest. My bad. The other thing I need to do before I film the review is see if I have enough Autobot logos to put on those guys. I did it on Spirion himself and at least one other one, I believe. Perhaps not. I'll have to look. Okay, so legs. They must attach. Yep, this way. Turn. there. Does he have a heel spur? Looks like he has a heel spur. He has a heel spur. Close that flap. That's not terrible, I guess. I've definitely seen worse engineering. So in a way, this is my review of these, since I'm not actually technically reviewing these. But I'll need to know how to actively, you know, transform the guys. Okay, so he's good there. And there's not really a good anything spectacular to do with the backpack, but look at his knees. That's the biggest problem with these, is that you gotta have somewhere to put the combiner ports. Alright, so that's those guys done. Yeah, those are right. Straighten up those knees all the way. No anything. He doesn't want to stand. Okay. So the other thing is, I do have another silver bolt. So he loaned me the Universe, I believe is what he said it was. Universe silver bolt. Who's got lights and everything. I think he's an ultra class. So I mean, I figured him out in the car. Like I was sitting in traffic on the way home, and I'm like, okay, let me figure this guy out real quick. Because I kind of intended to do these reviews the other day. So he's got landing gear boobies. Video's done editing. Flip the arms out, rotate the hands, rotate the forearms, unplug, rotate, flip, rotate it the wrong way, open up. Oh, the head just pops up. Oh yeah, this is interesting. So the way the legs unfurl themselves, so to speak, and then you want the heel spurs. Big red heel spurs. Like that. Washington. But then you have this, and it's just like, yeah. Eyeballs light up and stuff. That's pretty cool. I mean, like, I'm not somebody who needs these. That's cool. I wonder how you push the other buttons. Okay, so the button only does shoot now. It doesn't do anything else. Okay, and he's got a gun that has a little bitty missile that can fire. We're going to not do that. But it's a thing. It's a very interesting design, but for an ultra class, it is just big, but it doesn't do anything. Also, no version of combining, but it's another version of Silverbolt, and I needed that, so it is what it is. So I'm going to look up the G1 version of these guys and determine who gets what. And then, like, the Combiner Wars versions all have individual weapons and stuff. I have no clue who gets what, so I'm not gonna really struggle to make that happen. So let me, you know what's funny is I keep looking these things up, but I haven't found G1 Aerialbots. So I can see where Autobot logos go. Silverbolts should be dead center of his chest. I believe it is. Okay. Actually, yeah, that's a perfect shot right there. Bring me that image. Because I don't want to go off of these because these don't count. I just want the image. Give me that. There we go. Okay. So Silverbolts should be middle of his chest. The different guys have them either on their shoulder or their chest, depending. Okay, so I have this Silverbolt. Isn't he pretty? Let's see what I've got here. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Is that too big? Is it round about the right size? It's a hair too big. That's annoying. Question is, would it fit, but I had to trim it. Nope, just a hair too big. Okay, gotta find my other ones. possibly could use the clear ones in a couple spots. We'll see. I don't know if I still have big enough. I've got these. I've got cartoon ones. See, the main problem is I have a lot of these guys. Oh, but I have these too. Okay, that's right. I forgot I got these. Those will be really helpful for the most part. Alright, so now it comes down to sizing. So this is something you guys get to see. Okay, so that is the right size for this boy. Boy, if he is smashing stuff in the other room. And by the way, these are all repro labels for those who don't know. So what I don't like is that the sticker is, or the spot for the sticker is a very specific shape, which is weird. Okay, so who's next? This guy. His goes on his right tit, it looks like. You know what? He has an outline one. I wonder if I can get away with that. Let's see. What does he look like on this one? So he put it on his shoulder here, not on his chest. Where's the clear one? I want to see. That'll look okay. Is it all flat? Is the molding on the inside? Can't tell. Okay, that's all a raised section right there is what that is. Alright. So I mean I can put a clear one there. So I should put the bigger one, but it's definitely not going to fit, so I'd have to go with the smaller guy. Or I put one of these on. See, I don't like putting the shiny ones on if I can avoid it. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, see, if there was like if they did what Toy World did, where they had the emblem underneath, that's what I would totally do. I mean, technically I can push that out, but it's not gonna do me any good to do so. Okay. Because he's white, I don't have to use one with a background on it. And these are the cartoon versions, which is a little different. Yeah, baby.
My leftovers in the fridge.
Huh?
My leftovers in the fridge.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna heat them up.
Okay, go ahead. I believe in you. I believe that you can do it. I believe that children are the future. I'm recording. You're not on camera, but I'm recording. Edit all that, me. Yeah, see, these... Yeah, it would have worked, but oh. So yeah, his is not ridiculous, but you know, it looks like it should. He looks weird, but that's just the figure. He's just the derpiest of the derp. Okay, next is this guy, which I'm probably off to one side of the chest if I had to guess. He is... Oh, no, I just picked that wrong, didn't I? I did. This guy's was on his shoulder, the other one was on the chest. What? That's... Yeah, his should have been on the chest, but that's okay. Because he doesn't have a spot for it. See, so his shows to be right here, but that's not even a flat spot, so I'm actually okay with putting that there. Yeah. So this, I was wrong. This guy should have been right here. Right on his tit. But that's okay. I'll accept it going on the shoulder. I'll do the same thing with his with the guy who was supposed to have it on that shoulder. chair. So those look good. I like that. Nice Autobot logo there. I gotta figure out if these shoulders are right on these guys because they seem weird. I guess they're about as good as they can get. It's better than having it all the way dropped. But like you gotta really pose it right. See, like his chest would make sense to have it on the chest because that's a flat spot. The other one is not. It's weird. I mean, it's just the artistic license of it. Stay. And see, this guy's is supposed to be right here in the middle of that, so that's not going to happen. So I'm going to put it on his belly. Yeah, that'll fit. That one's not printed very well. Or that's the one that got stuck on the inside of the envelope when I got them. So it's cool that several of them are like white or light colored. So I can put translucent emblems on them. See? Neat. Little side thing going here today. Now in bot mode or in alt mode, I don't know where their Autobot things should go. I guess in theory I could look at these and find out. Let's see. I presume mostly on the wings, which would totally make sense. So if I had one like this guy has our where? He's got one on the right wing. So like that. And then even when the wing is compacted, you still see it. Or which the knife is pointing. Where did I put it? I think it's between the dots, yeah. There we go. So, yeah, little bit of Autobot love there on the wings. I assume that most of them have them in that spot too. You fix yourself. Oh, I guess technically speaking, I should have that nose out, huh? That is one thing. I have to double check. I gotta double check the robot modes on those and see where they're supposed to go. It's crooked. Screw it. It's like I don't think I can fix it. Just leave it. Just leave it and do the next one. See, the problem is with the next one, I don't have extra bits. Alright. Good enough on that one. Once again. Okay. Should probably move the ones I'm done with, huh? Stay. Let's see here. This big guy. I'm okay with it. Whoa. Scared me. Oh, nope, not that one. This one. Big wings. See, I bought these without realizing what I was going to use them for. So you just buy the somewhat universal sticker sheets and then figure out eventually where they're going to go. That one was not cut all the way, so that... Damn, baby, what are you doing? Close enough. Close enough. That looks nice, actually. I dig that. Makes me almost want to swap out the one on the chest for the last clear one, but that hole's not big enough. It would have to be a tiny one. I don't want to do that. Okay, so this guy. All right. Sometimes these guys are weird. And see what's funny, despite the fact this jet mostly being red, he actually has white wings. Let's see. I can go with some of the smaller clear ones because I don't have enough. He doesn't really have a good spot there. So yeah, I'm gonna go with small ones here. The tip of this knife is all but gone. Okay. No. That was way off. Oh, I see why it's off. The stripe is off. Okay, so that wasn't my fault. The stripe on the wing is actually not in the right spot. Smaller, but still effective. So, there we go. There's all my aerial bots dressed up and ready for partying. Especially Dirtface. Dirtface Magoo here. So, alright. And I believe the video I was exporting is also done, so yay. Focus is, but there. Okay, so it is many hours later. And I've got the first chunk of the Aerialbots recorded. And that's just the base robot modes for everything. So now what I need to do is actually take the time to put all of the Combiner Wars ones in their jet modes. So I'm going to do that. Keeping my spreadsheet up so I know what I'm doing. Over there. Trying to get back on keeping track of my work because I let that slide for way too long. Just not setting a goal, you know, having track of what I was actually reviewing or what I still needed to do or anything like that. So, you know, it's nice to be going back to doing that, as silly as it seems. Okay, so this is me trying to remember how to transform Combiner Wars garbage. Okay, so is this supposed to go down in or face backwards? It's got to face backwards. And yes, make no mistake, Combiner Wars is garbage. And you know what? I don't even know if the aerial bots even participated in the quote-unquote Combiner Wars. Okay, so there's one of them. Looks like crap. And much like their much nicer versions, they do also, you know, do the same things in the same ways. So two of them are definitely leaning more one way with the mold, and the other two are leaning the other way with the mold. The only difference being these guys can scramble. They can scramble city. They can be arms, legs, both. You know. But the ZETA ones, not so much. They're like, nope, we're going to stay exactly one type of limb. Okay, so that's that. Turn the face around. Flip this down. Ah, yeah, okay. I was like, I know that's not right. How do I fix it? Okay, so that comes down there. That's like that. Now what do I do with the arms? That? Oh yeah. That's so bad. I mean, it does the job, but it's not good. And then this one does almost all the exact same things, but it's actually a different mold. Because his wings store on his back, like that. The legs still do the same thing, although in a slightly different manner. That moves up to there. That moves up to there. Close these down. Have everybody together. Fix all that. The feet. These ones are dumb because the feet don't go anywhere. They're just the whole bottom of the jet there. Then do this. Oops. Not gonna lie, that's so much easier than the ZETA one. Oh, that's funny. Okay, helicopter boy. The only one that's different. Actually, you know what's funny? He's not even really that different. His tail section is just where the head would go if he was a jet. And then he's got new bits for being a helicopter. So this comes down and covers the head the same way the other one did. So that's nothing new. The legs, still Combiner Wars. Which way does that go? Okay, that's upside down. Okay, so I do have to rotate the hips, which is new. I did not know I could do that. Flip that. I need to flip this all the way around. Then tab in. Oops, to the top, not the front. Okay, so rotated the hips. There we go. Okay, so fix this. Drop the leg down and in. Tab everybody together. So I gotta wonder, did they do the same thing for what's his face from Minnesota, who's also a helicopter? Okay, so bring that together. Tab that down. Flip that down. Fix the rotors. Sure the arms just fold in flat. Okay, so there's that guy. I mean, it's not bad. It's a decent enough helicopter. You know. The blades are very far forward, in my opinion. Silverbolt. So I've not even remotely attempted this. No idea how this guy transforms offhand. Okay, so I know the head is going to tuck away like that. Obviously, wings fold out, jet front folds down. I think the legs, yeah, the feet are gonna fold in like it did for combiner mode. Oh. Yeah, okay. And this is gonna, yep, spin around there like that, and then this will close up around the crotch. Okay. Let's see what's up. Let's see what's up. I have no idea where the arms are supposed to go yet. Probably something like that. Oh, yeah, that's how those are supposed to go. Okay, so that's that half. Okay, so feet fold away. Like so. So that's the one, that's something that the far more, not to be insulting, basic Transformers do. It's just they, you know, the bot just sort of does that number. I think we wanted to close this up. A tiny bit of stability. So in some ways you're kind of in combine mode too. What's this? Oh, landing gear. Nice. Okay, so he does have a landing gear. Alright. So there's the combiner motors Silverbolt, which I dig the jet mode. I think that looks pretty cool, but this is... that's stupid. I mean, you could just leave the head hanging out for all that matters. He does do the Concorde thing, so that's pretty cool. So this is almost like a side review of these guys. So I mean, like, that's how big he is compared to these. If I remember correctly, Alita 1 and Starscream both used this mold and modified it. And I think there was a Galvatron that used some... no, not Galvatron. Cyclonus, if I remember correctly, that also did this. I mean, look at the time, 3:40. Okay. So that was to get these into jet mode so that I could do the comparisons. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this yet. It is super daunting. The smaller jets are not that bad. Silverbolt, on the other hand, kind of is. And for those who are unaware of how I do these videos, so as I just did all these, because these don't have to combine on, or don't have to transform on screen, I just did these all at once. When it comes to the individual bots, so, you know, I'm working on these guys here. So I'm going to start with Silverbolt. I'm going to go through his transformation sequence, get him to jet mode, review the jet. Then I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to do the transformation, get him to jet mode, review the jet, compare to Silverbolt, so on and so forth as I go through all these. And then I move on to the combiner mode transformation, starting with Silverbolt and going through and showing comparisons until we get to the very end. So I have to shoot the reviews not consecutively, but concurrently. Consecutive would make it easy because I just do the entire review of the one bot, and then I come back, I'm going to do the entire review of the next bot, but then there's no direct comparisons to the other ones as I go, and since they came as a set, I got to compare them as I go. But for now, I need a drink and I need to pee, and I might run to the store. We'll see what happens. Alright, so wrapping up tonight, because it's 11 o'clock, I finally got all of the Jet Boys to plane mode. Now, mind you, I took several hours off to hang out with the wife and make dinner. Well, make dinner. I made salsa. And we ate salsa. Ugh. But, so it took like an hour and a half or so to get all of those guys, I think, together. Hold on, it's roughly 20 minutes. Was it? I think it was anywhere between 12 and like 17 minutes each. So, yeah. So, like an hour and a half or so. And then I've just been sitting here watching other videos, and I got all of the Combiner Wars ones into their combined modes, at least into the matching ones for this. Because tomorrow, after the wifey goes to work, I'm going to get started on getting all these guys into combined mode, and then the easy part, finally making the end of it. And then I got to figure out what I'm going to do over here, because, well, that display is going to change. I do think that Omega is going to move to be fighting Scorponok, and I'm going to have the Aerialbots fighting good old Devastator there. See, like, this is where the scale kind of goes out the window, because you know that, like, they're sort of growing as they combine. Obviously the display it's not really reflective of that, and also you've got combiners that are the same size as Citybots. So, I mean, in a way, you just bend your mind around it. So what's going to mess it up is that New Age has shown off, or teased rather, they have a Minosaur coming next year. So that means that they're doing a Minosaur that's that big. Well, at least each combiner part is that big. But if Zeta's not doing a Minosaur, I don't think. Because right now, there's like 3 or 4, let's see, Fans Toys, X-Transbots. I don't think it's Zeta. Is it Toy World? I feel like I need to look this up. So there's at least 3 separate companies doing Minosaurs right now. One is significantly smaller than the rest, so that doesn't count. I'm not a giant fan of Minosaur or the Stunticons. They're cool, but I definitely don't need them. I'm more in line to get the Combaticons and make Bruticus, because I remember that. So, in theory, Zeta has that one. I actually like theirs, and the quote-unquote metallic version is out. Give me a second here. Pull it up on this side. Let me see something, because that was an interesting point. Mind you, I don't have to go to bed right now. I don't have to work in the morning. At least I'm not supposed to work in the morning. Because my holiday rolls over. So this was a holiday for everybody else. It's a holiday for me right now. Okay, so let's see here. TF source. Scroll down here. Nope. Okay, hold on. Let me just click on Superatron. It'll get me there faster. By the way, this is, of course, where I bought this guy before he was on sale. Now he's not on sale. It was just for that one, like, fan weekend. Here it is. Okay, so ZA Bruticon Combiner Metallic Edition. So, I mean, I liked Combaticons, and, you know, it's the same technology. Plus, you get more cars, and I'm all about that. Also, decently discounted, so that's a potential purchase. Let me see. I need to go find... Toy World, there we go. I don't think that's MMC. Oh, MMC is the other one doing Minnesota, I believe. No, sorry. Okay. Yeah, let me go to MMC. Come on. Oh, it did go. Okay. Looking for Stunticons. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was KFC. I don't know. There's there's so many third-party companies that overlap. Oh no, that's X-Transbots. That's KFC. Okay, so there's the X-Transbots versions of the Stunticons there. There, Mixmaster. See, most of the Minosaurs, instead of the arm component, like specifically the elbow, I don't know why I'm doing it that, being built in, what several of them are doing is making Mixmaster's trailer, Motormaster, I'm saying Mixmaster, Motormaster's trailer become the body for Minosaur. And is it, let me check. I don't remember if it's the Fans Toys or if it was that one. Let me look. One of them has an absurdly long trailer because basically it completely contains the body of Minosaur. I definitely cannot ever have the Fans Toys one because they don't reprint things. Oh, that's right. Fans Toys has only done the Motormaster body, so the trailer is not in existence yet. So that is, without a doubt, not what I was looking for. Okay, so it's... who's the other one I said? Fans Toys, X-Transbots. I'm gonna look until I see it real quick. DX9. So those are the three doing the guys there. So where is he? I believe yeah, this one. Okay, so you see there, his trailer is absurdly long. It's like it should like stop here, but then it's really long. So basically, it contains all of the Minosaur body, the head, everything, the arms, the legs, everything is built into that. And then for the arms, you actually split the figure. It has a disconnect joint so that you have a part of a car here and a part of a car on the forearm. I'm not really about that, if I'm 100% honest with you. It's a little weird. The DX9 is weird in and of itself. It's not bad by any means, but it's weird. Was it the MMC or X-Transbots one? Gotta go back. Yeah, I know, I'm just talking Transformers today. It is what it is. Let me see here. What does his do? I think he's truck only. Yeah. So the MMC Motormaster doesn't even come with a trailer either. So I think the trailer will still do the same thing. They had him there with the with one of the Masterpiece Primes trailers. So what I'm getting at is I don't really need a Minosaur. I'm more of a Bruticus guy. ZETA, I mean, they're in there with Toy World. They're on the same scale as Toy World because they're essentially the same company, give or take. I'm gonna go back to ZETA. real quick. I want to see this. So, like I said, this is the metallic Bruticus that's coming. The only thing that's weird about it is the proportions of the arms are really weird because, like, the spaceship mode, or the shuttle, I should say, or the helicopter body is hanging off. But they do the same thing that these guys do. I'm sure there's a lot of very similar engineering. So, like, these are the way they are. Oh, where's my... There it is. So, I mean, like, they're an interesting looking set. Like, they're very not G1. So, I don't know. It's like, I like the overall feel. Also, I like that they have the more realistic vehicles, stuff like that. And, you know, he does have the combiner body, that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. I might have to pull the trigger on it. It's coming this month. And if he's only on discount because he's coming here, let me see. Let me back up. They had the, let's see, where was the original one? Okay, so the original one was the same price, but looked very different. I know it's out of stock. I'm looking at it. So, I mean, that one has the giant arm cannon. Stuff like that. I mean, it's the exact same mold, but they've recolored a bit of it, I think. That's the same one. Stupid. Hitting the button too many times. Here we go. So, like, I don't know. There's something about it. I had G2 Combaticons, and I really liked them. And, you know, just being on the same thing, I really only need them to be good in combined mode. I'm kind of okay with that. You know, I know their robot modes are weird, but their alt modes are really good, even though they're more realistic vehicles, less G1 looking. But, I mean, so is that. You know, only Devastator from Toy World doesn't look like 100% real vehicles, stuff like that. So, if I get him, I get him with the hopes that eventually a Defensor happens, because I will be all about Defensor. I like to Protectobots too, and I think prior to this, only one company has done Protectobots in an MP sort of scale. I think it was X-Transbots. Let me go look. It was a long time ago, from what I recall. Well, they're just showing me all kinds of other stuff. Either way, so if ZETA does do a set of Protectobots down the line, I'll be on board. But I might end up with a Minosaur that doesn't really have anywhere to go for the time being. But it's kind of a good deal. That's the hard part. It's really the hard part. And, like, given... Okay, so this is the MMC Ocular Max version. You know, that's a pretty good looking blast off. Like his... Like, everybody's literally just getting this one here. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So, like, the combiner parts are all in there. The arm joint, everything is included in the thing. So, to me, that makes a difference. Why is there a... How do they just have a stand for that? That's weird. But the one I was looking at is not that. I don't think you can buy them individually. So yeah, look, it's just super different. But for me, you know, I'm not getting them for their individual bot modes. I'm getting them for the combined mode. If I'm getting them, you know. Either way, I need to go to bed. So, see you guys tomorrow. we'll have so much more to do.